Have you ever slipped on a blouse you used to love, only to look in the mirror and feel something's changed? The color is still beautiful, the fit still fine, but suddenly your reflection feels a little dull or your posture looks heavier. You can't quite name what's off, but you know it's there. Here's a secret that stylists rarely talk about. After 50, it's often not your clothes that are the problem, it's the neckline. The shape that frames your face can either lift everything upward or pull it down. The right neckline opens your face, elongates your neck, softens the jawline, and adds that effortless, light we all want. The wrong one can make even the most elegant outfit feel closed off or tired. And here's the good news, this isn't about chasing trends or overhauling your wardrobe. It's about understanding proportion and harmony. As our faces, shoulders, and posture subtly evolve with time, certain necklines start working for us instead of against us. Once you know which shapes flatter your features, every outfit suddenly looks more polished, balanced, and confident, no expensive shopping spree required. In today's video, we're diving into 6 necklines that instantly flatter mature women, plus 3 common neckline mistakes that secretly age your look. Whether your style is classic, casual, or elegant, you'll learn how small adjustments, just an inch here, a curve there, can transform how you look and feel in your favorite tops and dresses. Because after 50, the real glow-up isn't about hiding your age, it's about learning how to frame your beauty so it shines. So grab your favorite cup of tea, settle in, and let's explore how the right neckline can become your most powerful beauty secret, one that doesn't come in a bottle or a jar, but begins right at your collarbone. Number 1, the timeless V-neck instant face lifter. There's something almost magical about a well-cut V-neck. It's simple, timeless, and quietly powerful, like a great friend who always knows how to lift you up without saying a word. For women over 50, that subtle V shape can do more for your face and posture than any contouring palette ever could. I still remember one of my clients, Evelyn, a graceful woman in her late 60s who had stopped wearing V-necks because she thought they were too young or too revealing. She had switched to high, round collars that she believed looked more appropriate. But every time she dressed up, she felt something was off, as if the mirror reflected someone older than how she truly felt inside. One day, we tried a simple experiment. She slipped into a soft cream sweater with a gentle V-neck. The transformation was instant. Her neck looked longer, her jawline appeared softer, and even her eyes seemed to sparkle a little brighter. She looked in the mirror and said quietly, "It's like I can breathe again." That moment stayed with me because it wasn't just about a sweater. It was about rediscovering openness and confidence. The reason the V-neck works so beautifully is its natural geometry. The downward line draws the eye vertically, creating length and movement. It softens the chin area, defines the collarbones, and gives a gentle lift to the face. In styling terms, that's called a visual elongation effect, and it's one of the simplest, most elegant ways to balance a mature silhouette. But not all V-necks are created equal. The key lies in finding your perfect depth. Too shallow, and the effect disappears; too deep, and it feels distracting. The sweet spot, right above the cleavage line, roughly 2 fingers width below the collarbone. This placement elongates the neck while maintaining refinement. Let's talk fabric and structure. For an effortless daytime look, choose a soft knit or jersey V-neck. It drapes naturally and feels comfortable against the skin. For dressier moments, go with silk, cotton crepe, or structured linen. These hold shape and highlight the clean V frame beautifully. Avoid heavy, stiff materials that collapse or bunch. They steal that graceful line we're after. Color matters too. A V-neck in light reflecting tones, ivory, blush, periwinkle, or soft navy, bounces light onto your face and brightens your complexion instantly. Women with silver or white hair often find that cool undertones like dove gray or lilac make their skin glow. And then there's the jewelry secret. A V-neck begs for pieces that echo its line, a delicate pendant that follows the V curve, a Y-shaped chain for a touch of elongation, or a single strand of pearls for timeless softness. These small details subtly guide the eye upward, a quiet, confident kind of beauty. Beyond all the style talk, there's an emotional power in a V-neck that I never ignore. It's open yet elegant, relaxed yet refined, and that openness does something profound. It mirrors the way confidence feels. You stand taller, your shoulders relax, you look approachable but assured. It's not just how others see you, it's how you see yourself. Evelyn later told me she started wearing her V-neck sweaters again, even for her morning walks. I feel lighter, she said. Not younger, just more like me. That's exactly what style after 50 should feel like, not trying to erase time, but learning to highlight who you've become. So next time you reach for a top, hold it up and notice how the neckline sits. Does it draw your face upward? Does it make you feel open and at ease? Sometimes, the simplest cut, the one that forms a soft V over your heart, is the most powerful confidence lift you'll ever wear. Because the beauty of the V-neck isn't just in how it looks, it's in how it lets you breathe. And speaking of softness and confidence, not every neckline needs a sharp line to flatter. Some women shine best in something rounder, warmer, and infinitely forgiving. Up next, we'll explore the scoop neck, a shape that adds grace and femininity in the most effortless way. Number 2, scoop neck, soft, feminine, and forgiving. If the V-neck is your instant facelifting secret, then the scoop neck is your soft focus lens, gentle, romantic, and endlessly forgiving. It doesn't just frame your face, it embraces it. There's a quiet grace in the way it curves, offering balance and femininity without ever trying too hard. Many women over 50 tell me they've stopped wearing lower necklines because they fear they'll reveal too much or draw attention to areas they'd rather not. But the scoop neck proves that showing a little skin doesn't mean showing everything. It's about framing, not exposing. The beauty of a scoop neckline is that it naturally softens the face. The round contour mirrors the gentle curve of your jawline and collarbone, creating harmony between your features and your outfit. It draws light toward the center of your face, brightening your complexion and subtly blurring harsh lines. One of my favorite transformations came from Margaret, a 63-year-old art teacher who always wore turtlenecks because she wanted to hide her neck. When she finally tried a soft lilac scoop neck tee, her reaction was priceless. "I feel like I can breathe again," she said, almost laughing. Her neck didn't look hidden, it looked elongated. The curved neckline created space, grace, and light around her face. It wasn't revealing, it was rejuvenating. That's the magic of the scoop. It opens without overwhelming. It softens without losing sophistication. Now, let's talk about fit and proportion, because the line between flattering and frumpy can be just an inch apart. A gentle scoop, where the curve sits about 2 inches below the collarbone, is universally flattering. If it dips too low, it can lose its elegance. Too high, and it breaks the flow of the neckline. For women with fuller busts, look for a wider scoop. This balances the upper body and draws attention upward. When it comes to fabric, fluid materials make all the difference. Cotton modal blends, silk jersey, or light cashmere drape naturally, following your shape without clinging. Avoid stiff or overly thick fabrics, which can make the neckline feel bulky and distort its clean curve. The scoop neck is also one of the most versatile bases for layering. It pairs beautifully with lightweight scarves, structured blazers, or open cardigans. The trick is to let the neckline breathe. Don't crowd it with heavy necklaces or high collars. Instead, accentuate its natural shape with short pendants, pearls, or delicate chokers that rest just above the neckline's edge. This subtly draws the eye to your collarbones, one of the most elegant features at any age. Color can enhance this softness even more. Shades like rose, periwinkle, ivory, or soft taupe complement the round neckline's gentle energy. These hues bring warmth to mature skin and add a glow that feels effortless and fresh. And here's something most women overlook. The scoop neck has a psychological effect. It projects approachability. It says, "I'm relaxed, confident, and comfortable in my skin." It's no coincidence that actresses and public speakers often wear rounded necklines during interviews. They make people feel connected and at ease. Think about your favorite portraits or classic films. The heroines rarely wore severe collars. They wore open, rounded shapes that framed their smiles and eyes. That's timeless femininity. If you want to add subtle structure, pair your scoop neck top with tailored trousers or a defined waist skirt. The combination of soft and strong, curve and structure creates that effortlessly put-together balance that defines elegant women over 50. Margaret told me later she started wearing scoop neck tops to her art classes. "My students said I look happier," she said, smiling. "But really, I just feel lighter." That's what style should do, lift your spirit as much as your look. So, if you've been hiding behind high collars or stiff necklines, consider this your invitation to open up again. Let the scoop shape do what it does best. Reveal the gentle beauty that's always been there, just waiting for the right frame. Because confidence doesn't always come from angles, sometimes it comes from curves. And speaking of balance and structure, there's another neckline that bridges elegance and strength beautifully. It's polished, poised, and instantly makes you look more refined, even in the simplest outfit. Up next, we'll talk about the boat neck, the graceful cut that turns posture into power. Number 3, the boat neck, elegance in simplicity. If the scoop neck is all about softness, the boat neck is about poise, quiet sophistication that doesn't ask for attention, but somehow captures every eye in the room. It's the neckline that whispers refinement, a cut so balanced and timeless that women like Audrey Hepburn and Jackie Kennedy built their signature style around it. The beauty of the boat neck lies in its line. Instead of dipping down, it stretches gracefully from shoulder to shoulder, a gentle horizontal sweep that highlights the collarbones and elongates the neck. It's a neckline that feels European, classic, and effortlessly polished, even when you're just wearing jeans. One of my favorite styling memories was with Diana, a 72-year-old retired architect who loved minimalism. She came to me saying, "I want to look refined, not flashy, but I'm tired of looking plain." She mostly wore crewnecks and blouses buttoned high, which made her shoulders seem narrow and her posture slightly slouched. We tried a simple navy boat neck top with 3/4 sleeves. The transformation was subtle yet striking. The neckline drew attention to her beautiful collarbones and gave the illusion of a lifted posture, as if her shoulders suddenly opened and her presence filled the room. She looked taller, prouder, more present. She smiled and said, "I didn't realize how much space I'd stopped allowing myself to take up." That's what a great boat neck does, it restores presence. It helps you stand taller, breathe deeper, and project elegance without saying a word. But there's a fine balance to making this neckline work after 50. Because it's a horizontal line, it can sometimes broaden the shoulders, which can be flattering if styled right, or overwhelming if the proportions aren't balanced. Here's how to perfect it. If you have narrow shoulders or a shorter neck, the boat neck will be your best friend. It widens the shoulder line and creates the illusion of a longer, more graceful neckline. If your shoulders are already broad, choose a boat neck with subtle curvature or a slight scoop blend to soften the line. Avoid cuts that sit too high and flat, they can create stiffness. Keep the fabric structured but light, cotton, linen blends, or silk crepe. This helps the neckline maintain its elegant frame without collapsing, and sleeves matter, too. Boat necks look especially flattering with 3/4 sleeves or bracelet-length sleeves, which balance the horizontal line of the neckline by showing a little skin at the wrists, a detail that naturally elongates the arms and slims the silhouette. As for color and styling, think understated elegance. Soft neutrals like ivory, sand, navy, and French gray enhance the neckline's clean geometry. Pair with minimal jewelry, maybe a pair of small pearl studs or gold hoops. The boat neck doesn't need much, it is the statement. It also pairs beautifully with high-waisted trousers or midi skirts, creating that sculpted, modern femininity, structured yet fluid. This combination is particularly powerful for women who want to project confidence without being loud. There's also something symbolic about this neckline. Because it opens across the shoulders, it feels like an invitation, welcoming but grounded. It's the posture of a woman who's comfortable in her own story. When Diana started wearing her boat neck tops more often, she told me, "People say I look taller, but what I really feel is freer." And that's the quiet lesson of the boat neck. True elegance doesn't demand attention, it earns it through presence, posture, and poise. So, the next time you slip into a boat neck blouse, notice what it does not just to your look, but to your body language. You might find yourself standing a little straighter, speaking a little softer, not because you're shrinking, but because you finally don't need to prove anything. Because elegance, after all, isn't about excess, it's about simplicity that lasts. And speaking of structured grace, our next neckline takes that idea a step further, literally. It brings confidence and modern polish in one easy motion. Up next, we'll talk about the collared and open neckline, the timeless symbol of smart, effortless sophistication. Number 4, collared and open necklines, structured, confident, modern. If the boat neck is about quiet grace, the collared and open neckline is about intentional confidence. It's crisp, composed, and effortlessly sophisticated, the kind of neckline that instantly says, "This woman knows exactly who she is." Think of that timeless image, a white button-down shirt, collar open just enough to frame the neck and collarbones, sleeves rolled slightly at the wrist. It's simple, yet there's power in it. That's the beauty of a collared neckline structure meeting ease. I'll never forget my client Caroline, a 68-year-old former marketing executive who once told me, "I feel invisible in soft tops." Her wardrobe was filled with loose knits and drapey tees, comfortable, yes, but they lacked shape. When we introduced a structured cotton shirt with an open collar, her entire energy shifted. Her shoulders squared, her voice sounded stronger, and she smiled with a quiet kind of pride. "This feels like me again," she said. And that's what this neckline does. It restores definition, not just to your outfit, but to your presence. A collared neckline creates natural lines that frame the face and balance the upper body. The crisp collar lifts visually, giving structure around the neck and jawline, which tends to soften with age. Meanwhile, the open front draws the eye downward in a flattering V-shape, elongating the neck and creating that elegant vertical line we all love. But like all good things, it's about balance. The trick is to find the right openness, enough to show the collarbone, not so much that it feels forced. Here's a quick guide. Keep 2 top buttons open for a relaxed yet refined look. For formal wear, choose a smaller, tailored collar that sits neatly at the neck. For everyday sophistication, go for a slightly wider collar that softens the jawline. When it comes to fabric, structure is key. Crisp cotton, poplin, or linen hold the shape beautifully. Avoid limp fabrics, they can make the collar collapse, losing that polished effect. For an elegant twist, silk and satin shirts with open collars bring a touch of softness without sacrificing refinement. And don't underestimate color. Classic white and ivory project clarity and freshness, while navy, pale blue, and blush feel modern yet timeless. A well-chosen hue around your face can enhance your skin tone and brighten your features. It's like turning on soft lighting wherever you go. One of my favorite styling tricks for collared necklines is to layer jewelry strategically. For everyday wear, a short pendant that falls into the open V of the shirt elongates the neck. For business or elegant outings, a delicate chain with a single stone adds sophistication without clutter. And on casual days, skip jewelry altogether, let the collar's structure do the talking. There's also something empowering about the movement of this neckline. Every time you adjust a collar, lift it slightly, or roll your sleeves, you're adding attitude, that quiet, self-assured energy that women over 50 wear so well. It's no wonder icons like Lauren Hutton, Diane Keaton, and Helen Mirren keep coming back to collared silhouettes. They blend timeless polish with individuality, sharp yet relaxed, feminine yet strong. So, let me ask you something. Backhand index pointing right when you wear a collared blouse. Do you prefer to keep it crisp and buttoned for elegance, or slightly undone for that effortless French woman confidence? I'd love to hear your answer in the comments because both say something beautiful about your personal style. And here's a quick bonus tip. If you ever feel like a collared shirt looks too stiff, soften the look with texture. Roll your cuffs, tuck the front loosely into your pants, or add a silk scarf at the neckline. A structured piece becomes instantly approachable when paired with movement and ease. At the heart of it, the open collar is not just a fashion choice, it's a posture. It reflects self-assurance that comes with time and experience. The woman who wears it doesn't chase attention, she owns it naturally. Caroline later told me, "I used to think confidence meant power suits. Now I realize it can be as simple as a shirt that fits me right." That's the essence of modern confidence, calm, grounded, and quietly radiant. Because after 50, structure isn't about restriction, it's about definition. It's about knowing your lines and wearing them proudly. And as we move from the strength of the collared neckline to something a little more relaxed and romantic, let's explore a shape that celebrates softness in motion, one that flatters every curve and moves with your body. Up next, we'll talk about the cowl and draped necklines, where ease meets elegance in the most graceful way. Number 5, cowl and draped necklines, movement, grace, and effortless glamour. If collared necklines bring structure, then cowl and draped necklines bring poetry. They move, they flow, and they tell a softer kind of story, one of confidence that doesn't need edges to be defined. This is the neckline that celebrates movement, femininity, and freedom. There's something mesmerizing about a cowl neck. The way the fabric folds naturally, never stiff, never forced, feels like a dance between elegance and ease. Every curve of the drape catches the light differently, creating a gentle shimmer around your face. It's not about perfection, it's about fluidity. One of my favorite clients, Linda, a 66-year-old retired nurse, once told me she avoided cowl necks because she thought they added volume. But when she tried on a soft champagne silk blouse with a delicate drape, everything changed. "I feel like it's moving with me," she said, turning toward the mirror. And she was right. Instead of hiding her shape, the neckline created graceful lines that made her silhouette appear longer and more fluid. That's the secret of the cowl. It creates vertical motion. The gentle folds draw the eye downward, lengthening the torso and softening the neckline without clinging. For women with fine lines around the chest or a softer décolletage, this cut works beautifully. The drape diffuses light in a way that flatters rather than highlights. Let's talk styling for a moment, because the magic of a draped neckline lies in balance. Choose lightweight, fluid fabrics like silk, modal, jersey, or satin. They fall naturally and create those effortless ripples that flatter the upper body. Avoid thick, heavy materials. They can bunch up and lose that graceful motion. If you're petite, look for a smaller drape that sits closer to the neck. For taller or fuller figures, a deeper cowl elongates the line beautifully. Color plays a big role here, too. Soft neutrals, champagne, dove gray, rose beige, enhance the natural light around your face. Jewel tones like emerald or sapphire make the drape shimmer with depth. Metallic satins are wonderful for evening wear, while matte fabrics feel chic and understated for daytime. Accessories? Keep them minimal. The neckline itself is a statement. A pair of drop earrings or a delicate bracelet is more than enough. Avoid chunky necklaces that compete with the folds. Instead, let the fabric create its own rhythm. Another hidden advantage of cowl and draped necklines is how forgiving they are. For women who want elegance without fuss, this neckline disguises small imperfections, creates dimension, and adds movement to even the simplest outfit. It's especially flattering for those who prefer to soften their shoulders or chest area. The drape naturally creates balance and visual flow. Linda once wore that same silk cowl top to her daughter's engagement dinner. Later, she told me, everyone kept saying I looked radiant, but no one could tell why. And that's the charm. The neckline does the work quietly. It doesn't shout for attention, it glows. Psychologically, draped fabrics communicate ease and openness. They say, I'm comfortable in my skin. They don't cling, they don't hide, they flow with you. And isn't that what style after 50 should be about? Movement, grace, and freedom to express your story your way. If you're styling for a formal event, a cowl neck gown in fluid satin or chiffon is one of the most universally flattering pieces you can own. It moves beautifully as you walk, capturing light, confidence, and quiet glamour in every step. For everyday wear, a soft jersey cowl paired with slim pants and elegant flats gives that same grace in a more relaxed form. Now, here's a styling trick I swear by. Pair your draped neckline with structured elements. A tailored blazer over a soft cowl top creates that balanced tension. Strong meets gentle, modern meets timeless. It's the secret combination that makes mature style feel fresh, not forced. And because we're women who live fully, we laugh, we move, we express. These necklines celebrate that movement instead of restricting it. Each fold tells a story. Each ripple catches a bit of who you are. So, let me ask you, when was the last time you wore something that moved with you instead of against you? Something that felt as natural as your confidence? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear how fashion has evolved with you. Because the cowl neckline isn't just flattering, it's freeing. It doesn't frame your body, it follows it. It's the art of elegance in motion. And as we move into our final section, let's talk about a neckline that beautifully ties all of this together. One that feels timeless, romantic, and universally flattering no matter your shape or size. Up next, we'll explore the square and portrait necklines, where classic meets contemporary in the most graceful harmony. Number 6. Square and portrait necklines, timeless confidence and modern grace. If the draped neckline moves like poetry, the square and portrait neckline is architecture, clean, defined, and beautifully structured. It celebrates form, proportion, and quiet power. There's something about the balance of straight lines and soft curves that feels both classic and refreshingly modern. This neckline doesn't whisper. It speaks clearly. It frames the collarbones and shoulders like a portrait frame, hence the name, drawing attention upward to your face and creating a sense of strength and grace all at once. One of my clients, Renee, 61, once said, "I love feeling feminine, but I don't want to feel fragile." When she tried on a cream square-neck dress for the first time, she stood taller without even realizing it. The structured line across her chest gave her an instant sense of confidence, poised, not posed. That's the secret of this neckline. It gives definition where softness once ruled, offering shape, structure, and unmistakable elegance. Unlike plunging cuts or round necklines that can blur proportions, the square neckline provides clarity. Its angular shape balances fuller busts and elongates shorter necks, while the open space around the shoulders adds that subtle, statuesque energy, the kind of poise you'd see in Renaissance portraits or timeless old Hollywood icons. Let's break down why this neckline works so beautifully for mature women. The horizontal line across the chest emphasizes the shoulders and collarbones, areas that remain elegant at any age. The vertical edges on either side create a frame that draws the eye upward, enhancing posture and giving a lifted appearance. And the defined corners add visual structure, which can balance rounder or softer facial features. The best fabrics for this neckline are those that hold shape gracefully, think crepe, pont knit, or structured cotton blends. These materials ensure the neckline retains its frame without collapsing. If you prefer something softer, look for a square neckline with subtle ruching or elastic seams. They create shape while maintaining comfort. Now, let's talk styling, because how you accessorize can transform this neckline entirely. For everyday chic, try a delicate gold chain or a simple pendant that rests just above the neckline. For evening sophistication, layer a statement necklace that mirrors the square shape. Geometric pendants or pearl collars work beautifully. And for a minimalist look, skip jewelry altogether and let the clean lines do the talking. Color choice makes a world of difference, too. Deep tones like navy, wine, or forest green bring sophistication and contrast beautifully with lighter skin tones. Pastels like blush or soft lavender highlight the neckline's romantic feel. And of course, a crisp white or black square neckline remains eternally chic, the kind of piece you can wear for decades without it ever going out of style. Beyond aesthetics, this neckline also carries an emotional message. It's about standing tall, being visible, and claiming your space. Renee told me later, "When I wear square necklines, people don't just see my clothes, they see me." And isn't that the essence of timeless confidence? For women over 50, this neckline is a quiet declaration. I'm here, I'm strong, and I've earned every bit of this grace. Here's something I love asking my clients, and I'd love to hear your answer too. Backhand index pointing right when you get dressed. What's the first thing you want your outfit to say about you? Is it confidence, softness, creativity, or maybe a little of each? Tell me in the comments, because understanding that message helps you choose pieces that speak your truth through style. And here's a little expert tip. If you love layering, pair a square neck top with a structured blazer or cropped cardigan. The sharp neckline contrasts beautifully with outer layers, adding dimension and elegance. It's also a great way to frame delicate necklaces or scarves without cluttering your look. The portrait neckline, a close cousin of the square, adds a slightly curved sweep across the shoulders. A softer, more romantic variation that works wonders for formal occasions or evening wear. It's the neckline of classic portrait paintings, hence the name. It's gentle, yet commanding. Graceful, yet strong. Both versions, square and portrait, give mature women something rare in fashion. Definition without hardness, femininity without fragility. They remind us that true style isn't about youth, it's about presence. Because at this stage of life, we don't need to chase trends, we create them through confidence, poise, and self-awareness. And speaking of presence, our final neckline brings that perfect balance between relaxed and radiant, one that works for almost every body shape and mood. Up next, we'll explore the off-shoulder and Bardot neckline, the epitome of playful sophistication that proves sensuality has no expiration date. Number 7. Off-shoulder and Bardot necklines, playful sophistication for every age. If the square neckline is timeless confidence, then the off-shoulder and Bardot neckline is confidence with a wink, playful, sophisticated, and irresistibly elegant. It's the style that says, "I've lived, I've learned, and I still love a little sparkle." This neckline celebrates one of the most graceful parts of a woman's body, the shoulders and collarbones. It creates that delicate balance between allure and refinement, where the skin shows just enough to be intriguing but never too much to lose class. You see, fashion in our 50s, 60s, and beyond isn't about hiding. It's about revealing beautifully. The Bardot neckline, named after the iconic Brigitte Bardot, is the perfect expression of that philosophy. It bears the shoulders but anchors the look with elegant structure, creating a frame that highlights confidence and femininity at once. I remember Elaine, a 64-year-old choir director who told me, "I thought off-shoulder styles were only for younger women." Then she slipped on a soft navy Bardot blouse paired with slim white trousers. Her reflection said it all, her posture lifted, her smile widened. "I feel alive again," she whispered. And she looked stunning, elegant, radiant, self-assured. That's the power of this neckline. It reintroduces lightness. It reminds you that elegance doesn't have to be serious. It can be joyful, free, even a little flirty. Here's why it works so well. It visually widens the shoulders, balancing fuller hips or a curvier lower body. It elongates the neck and softens facial features. It naturally draws the eye upward, making the face the focal point of your outfit. But as with every style, proportion and fit matter. The most flattering off-shoulder tops are the ones that stay put comfortably, not the kind you have to tug at all evening. Look for styles with elastic bands that sit securely just below the shoulders or structured Bardot tops with slight boning or darting for support. For women who prefer subtlety, try a one-shoulder silhouette. It offers the same lift and elegance, but with a modern twist, asymmetrical, sleek, and sophisticated. Fabric plays a huge role here, too. Soft cotton blends or light knits make the neckline feel casual and wearable for daytime, while satin, chiffon, or silk transform it into evening glamour. Pair a flowy Bardot blouse with wide-leg trousers for effortless chic, or tuck it into a pencil skirt for that dinner date in Paris kind of confidence. Now let's talk accessories, because this neckline loves simplicity. The collarbone area is already a focal point, so you don't need much. A pair of drop earrings, a delicate choker, or even bare skin with a light dusting of shimmer can be more powerful than any statement necklace. The goal is to enhance, not distract. And if you're worried about your shoulders or arms, remember this: beauty is in confidence, not coverage. You can always add a soft wrap, a sheer shawl, or a cropped jacket for comfort. Sometimes, just that little drape of fabric makes the entire look feel intentional and sophisticated. Elaine later told me she wore that same navy Bardot blouse to her anniversary dinner. "My husband couldn't stop complimenting me," she laughed. "He said I looked like the woman he first fell in love with, only better." Moments like that remind us that style isn't about turning back time. It's about owning this time. So, let me ask you, when was the last time you wore something that made you feel playful, elegant, and fully yourself? Something that reminded you that style is supposed to be fun? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear the piece that brings out your sparkle. Because that's what the Bardot neckline does, it brings back joy. It's sensual without being showy, timeless yet fresh, and undeniably flattering for every woman who dares to wear it. And as we wrap up our exploration of necklines, there's one final secret I want to share, a set of expert tips that tie all these styles together, helping you choose the perfect neckline for your unique shape, your energy, and your story. Up next, we'll close with the Neckline Confidence Guide, how to know what flatters you every time. The Neckline Confidence Guide, how to know what flatters you every time. Now that we've explored the full range of necklines, from the timeless V-neck to the playful Bardot, here's the truth every stylish woman over 50 should remember. There's no single perfect neckline. There's only the one that makes you stand taller, smile wider, and feel completely at ease in your own skin. Your neckline is like a frame, and every frame tells a story. Some women shine in the strength of a square cut. Some glow in the softness of a scoop. Others feel most radiant when their shoulders catch the light in a graceful drape. The secret isn't chasing trends or copying someone else's proportions. It's about noticing how you respond when you put something on. Do your eyes light up? Do you feel free in your posture? Do you recognize yourself in the mirror, not who you were 20 years ago, but the woman you've become today? That's your flattering neckline. It's not a rule, it's a reflection. As a stylist, I've seen hundreds of transformations, and they all have one thing in common. The moment a woman stops dressing to fix herself and starts dressing to honor herself, everything changes. Her clothes don't wear her, they celebrate her. So the next time you try on a blouse or a dress, don't just ask, "Does this look good on me?" Ask, "Does this feel like me now?" That question will never lead you wrong. And if this video helped you rediscover your confidence, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who deserves to feel as radiant as you do. I'd also love to know which neckline made you feel the most empowered today. Tell me in the comments. Your insight might just inspire another woman who needs that little reminder of her own beauty. Remember, style isn't about changing yourself, it's about revealing yourself. You are your best silhouette, your brightest color, your most flattering neckline. Until next time, stay confident, stay beautiful, and remember, elegance isn't about perfection, it's about presence.